we're gonna do some cool wintertime modifications. Now, we've done heating pads that ran off the battery. They're 12-volt heating pads. They had their own built-in thermometer. I've never froze the tanks up, but I want to hook up some 110 heaters also. I want to double up my heating pads that I got on the tanks. And with these guys, there's no thermostat, so when they're on, they're on. There's no pussyfooting around with them. And these guys get a lot hotter. I measured it today at 160 degrees that these pads get to. And I did test each one, plugged them in, made sure they work. So if you're going to do this, I'll obviously plug them in, make sure they work before you go through the trouble of installing them. We're going to put one on the water tank, the freshwater tank. We're going to put one on the galley tank, and we are going to put one on the gray tank. The black tank is out of use. We don't even use it because we have a compost toilet. And then part 2 to this ultimate wintertime build-off, whatever you want to call it, is I got these cool little sensors, and we're going to put 5 sensors on. We're going to put one on the galley, one on the gray, one on the freshwater, and then we're going to put one sensor in the area where all the pipes are, and I think I'm going to run one sensor down below outside the bottom of the RV, just to have an idea underneath the RV when it's all in skirting what the temperature is down there. One thing I'll go over with real quick about these little sensors, and I'll post a link up here, or I'll post a link in the description, is they're cool little sensors, but they only have a 1 meter probe, and you're not going to find anything with longer than a 1 meter probe. So I got with ChatGPT. I love that app. I don't know if you guys use it, and I went over some questions and asked it, can I extend the probe? Will it affect it at all? And it kind of told me what size wire to use and everything, and I'll post all these links in the description, so if you want to do it too. And I extended it 10 feet, and I took the probe off my modified version, and I took a probe off of my unmodified version, put them in the same water, and they were only like 0.1 degree off. So it worked great. You can extend these probes to go as far as you need to. Anyways, enough of that drama. I don't even know what's going on. We're going to rewire the whole 12-volt heating pad system. And we're going to get prepared for this winter a little better than last winter. Even though we didn't freeze up last winter, I didn't like not knowing. I didn't like not knowing what the temperature was inside the tanks. I didn't like just flipping a switch and hoping that the tank heaters were working. I want redundancies. I want one that runs off the battery. I want one that runs off electricity. I want to know those tanks are heated and safe. And I want to verify it with the little sensors inside the tank heaters, okay? Anyways, we're going to get started. I don't know if I'm going to do all this today. Probably not, but we're going to start tonight. We're going to lower down the bottom areas, and we're going to take a look, see what room we got. I'll put a link in the description for these guys too. There's 2 different sizes. I think this size will work best for me. Let's start by lowering the little bottom floor thing and taking a look at our situation, okay? Man, what was I thinking? There are projects like that? Probably not. It's probably just a me thing. Come back to do something, you're like, what the heck was I thinking? I got a different bolt every length of the way, it seems like. Well, that one's not going back in. Jeez. Another what was I thinking moment. Let me show you where I'm at here. So this is all the fresh water. You can see one pad there, and one down there at the end. Now we just got to figure out where we're going to put those other ones. It kind of sucks. I got these right smack in the middle. It's really not the best spot to have them for this. If I could re-stick them. Oh, they're not going to want to come off too easily, dang it. Those are on good. That might not be a good idea. I'll put a link in the description for these 12-volt ones because, man, if you ever had ones that didn't stick good, it's not these guys. They stick well. So what can I do here with this? I need to figure out how I want to do this and put a little bit on the old one. But then this is going to pick up that and it'll shut the thermostat off on this probably. I mean, I could go across like this. That's probably what I'm going to have to do. And it's a little awkward. It's just going to have this much. It's not doing what it's supposed to. Can I come in sideways and do something now? All right. Let's quit dicking around. Let's just do like we think. I think we just got to go across. All right, now it's real important you clean these really good. Make sure there's nothing on them. You can see all the metal coils right there and how that works. I know what you're thinking, but you know, this is part of what I talked about in my other videos about in RV life. You just got to be flexible sometimes. Most time, nothing goes like you think it's gonna go. But all right, that feels like it's stuck pretty darn good. But the good thing is this is gonna be pressed up against it, so I don't think it's going nowhere. All right, there's one. I'm kind of thinking, since I'm doing 2 on this, I got 1 here, we got 3 across there. Probably the best thing is smooth it out, put the other one across that side off. Let's do it. Yeah, I like the feeling of the adhesive. It really feels like it's gripping good. I think that's gonna work good. And I got the electrical down here because we're putting all the electrical this way. So I'm gonna have switches and everything. I'm happy with how these have held up. It don't look perfect, but technically this is gonna heat up the metal, and that would heat up the tank too, kinda. So here's a picture the other way. It's gonna kinda heat up the metal, and that'll heat up that tank too. And then we got the foam pushing up against all this. All right, 2 more pads to go. We got the gray tank right here. That'll be an easy one. And then we got the galley one. That one's going to probably be a little bit of a pain in the ass. So all sorts of dog stuff going on here. Gray tank time. I'm gonna go like this across here. Kind of, I think that's gonna be our best bet. All right. All right, I think that looks pretty good actually. Right in the middle of the tank. This would have been a better spot, but our next one is right up there. Ugh. Okay. Whoa! Oh, I got sewer water on me. Bring me something. Ah, get me a towel. I got sewer water right in my eyeballs. Stop laughing, just Jen. I can't open my eyes. What makes you think it was sink water? God, it's so gross.
I checked out here and didn't see anything down.
Thanks, Jen.
I thought I saved it. Just enough to...
All right, well that was freaking disgusting. Tell you what, times like that make you miss living in normal sticks and bricks. Cause I never got sewer water on me that freaking often. Anyways, okay, it's up in there where we need to get to. So let me see what I can do. Pull this guy out, give us some room. Yeah, it's freaking. That looks like sink water to me. Boy, I swear. Talk about cooties. Got another loose dog. What are you doing, buddy? We all got dogs. Oh. Oh, we all got dogs. It's okay. Guys, hush up. Mine's the queen at escaping anyways. You know what? I'm gonna make life easy on me. We're just gonna go across this back. After getting that crap in my eyes, literally. Ugh, smells bad. It was so gross. That's gonna do it, folks, on that one. That's good. That's gonna get heat in there. Okay, that's the galley tank, goes all the way over to here. All right, that's been an eventful last 30, 40 minutes. Next is tank sensors. All right, in a minute. Check that out though. You ever seen a water tank with so many pads? You got one 10 volt, 3 12 volts going across, and another one 10 volt. And that's for a 100-gallon tank. I just measured it, 53 inches by 53 inches by 8 inches. Old ChatGPT said it's 97.3, so we had 100 gallons. Now the pain in the butt part is how I'm gonna get these sensors in these tanks. The water's gonna be easy. I have an easy spot to do that. The gray and the galley are gonna be harder. So let's take a look, see what we come up with. All right, so here's the thing. If I do this tonight, I'm gonna rush it. I'm gonna do a crappy job. Let's just take a look. Let's see if we can come up with a game plan for tomorrow, huh? Water tank, easy. Right there, we'll drill a hole, putty her in. Gray, ouch, and galley. Honestly, with the gray, I'm thinking we just have to drill a hole in the bottom of it. which is not what I want to do. I'll wait till the neighbors are gone tomorrow so I can actually access that side without intruding on their camping privileges. So, all right, we gotta get stuff done. We got pads on. Let's go take a shower, get this whatever we got on us off, and come up with a plan for tomorrow. All right, so it's been a few days. Of course, the second I start a project, what happens? It rains for the first time in a month. Anyways, let's get working on these sensors a little bit. We're not going to get them finished, but we're going to get started, as per all my projects usually go. So I took all the sensors, I took them out of their boxes. One of them's got about 10 feet of wire. The rest are all stock, and I just put them all in the same cup of cold water just to see if there's any that are, 5 degrees off, 10 degrees off, any yo-hos in there. And here they all are. As you can see, 65.8, 66, 65.9, 66, 65.8. So everything's within a few degrees of each other. They all plug into USB, and I got that little baby off Amazon too. Of course, there'll be links in the description for everything in case you want to copy me, but you can see I put all their little sensors inside this little cup of water. Just running my little test. I want to know before I start putting stuff in if there was one that was being stupid. So anyways, I won't discuss the fiasco that already happened this morning with my water pump. Let's just say I replaced it with an old one, went back and forth trying to figure out what the problem was, and I forgot that I literally drained the water out of my freshwater tank, and that was the issue with my water pump. So I wasn't going to discuss it, and I discussed it, so there you go. Anyways, let's get out there. Let's start trying to get some of these sensors in and start chapter 2 here. I think we're going to start with the water tank, the easiest one to get to, get ourselves warmed up, get the sensor in there, and move on from there, okay? Here's where all my water connections are. Here's my old water temperature sensor, which I can pull out now. But we're gonna go ahead and we'll just put a new hole right in the top there and be able to run the wire straight over there. So let's get her going. Let's see if it's big enough. Here we go. Okay, we are gonna put a good amount in there because I want it to be down in the water. That way I get a true reading. I don't want air temperature. I want to know what that water temperature is doing. If I'm getting close or not. Now I got a little bit of some plumber's epoxy putty. This stuff's real simple. I'm sure everyone's used it before. It's a 2-part. You got one kind of compound in the middle, one kind on the edge. So you take a chunk, break it off, and just mush it all together. Not gonna take a lot. Something like that should do it. You can use anything for this. There's all sorts of epoxies and everything. Mainly you want to squeeze it all together until it's all one color. I'm just going to kind of squeeze. Yeah, that's the best way. I'm squeeze it down to that hole. Yep, that's perfect. You see that? That's going to do it for that guy there. You can see that's all it is. I got the hole nice and plugged up around that wire. All right, let's move on to the next. It pains me to do it. In there. And pull it up just a tad bit. All right. Now we'll go ahead and do our sticky stuff. Not having a great day today. The whole water pump fiasco. I thought my water pump was bad because I did have a full tank. The pump in it. I took it all apart, put it back together. It worked good. Right now, I'm leaking water. I have no clue where. Like, it's just, like, look at this. Right here, I don't even understand. I've got to go figure that out here in a second. I should probably do that right after this, so. Oh my goodness. It just makes no sense. I can't see it leaking anywhere. Alright, so we got off easy. It was actually leaking out right there. You can see where it was going down, flooding. I don't know. Losing my steam today. We're gonna do the galley tank. We gotta take the little flapper off, see if we can get up in there. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right, y'all. I think we'll be able to do this. Let me show you what I got. My old temperature sensor. Last year. Everything else looks good. I don't see no leaks. Looks like the insulation's held up. Okay. Enough yabbering. All right, got my hole way up top. I like this stuff over the stuff that's in the bottles sometimes because this is easier to handle to get up places. That bottle stuff's all runny. Okay, let's go ahead. Where'd it go? I'm gonna clean this up real quick. And then we're gonna go inside. And we're gonna contemplate our plan of attack for tomorrow, okay? All right, day 72 now. We're gonna work on, before I run the wires, I wanna see what my layout's gonna be for my gauges. I wanna see how much trouble it's gonna get the to get the wires up here. I wanna see what I'm dealing with. So let's try to get this thing down and off, see what we're dealing with. I haven't taken it off yet, so I don't know. All right. Well, I was thinking maybe I could just take this guy out, but I don't think so. I'm gonna need to get this whole cabinet out of the way. So let's get her going. There was 4 screws holding this puppy in. One here, one down there, one here, one down there. I'm trying to pop this off, but this little piece of molding here is holding in, so I'm gonna have to take care of that. Pull it back. Let's see if she will come out. Now I have to remove that little piece of trim. Alright, just be careful with this. Well, this is what it looks like behind mine. And this is what I was interested in, is how hard is it going to be to run the cables down. Looks like there's a decent hole there, so I think it won't be too bad. So next step is, let's go attach some wire to our sensors that we had cut the other day and just start running it up this way. We're going to start here at the hard one, the galley. We're going to attach our extension wire and then run it up to there. If you don't have any of these pliers, my goodness, or strippers, look how easy this is. Put this in here, put this right here and go. Done. Watch one more time. I'd like to have a little extra. Watch this. Done. You see the JB Weld job up there? Plumber's putty. Let's strip this guy down. And these strippers, they are a lifesaver. And lighters from the dollar store. So we got the tank heaters. We're gonna have to extend these wires so we can run them up into the control panel also. Boy, it's a lot of wiring. A little more than I thought there was gonna be. Story of my life. All right, let's just keep going. Time to feed the wires through. I think I got most of it ready to go, so. Ugh, so tight. Ugh. All right, I'm pushing them through. Are they going up?
One did.
Okay. The others?
Yep.
You got 4? That's them. Fudge. I'm gonna take a break, go contemplate the rest of this. So day 3, day 4, day whatever. Anyways, I started already because I just want to see how it would go. I'm cutting the spots out to put the temperature sensors in. Now it looks like crap. Wait till it's done, okay? Anyways, this one, my first one, I cut it too big. These ones are a little bit better. But anyways, I'll let you watch me cut one. This is kind of the pain in the butt spot, just trying to figure out where everything's gonna fit in. And this is where skill comes in, of which I lack. So Jen, you ready to record? just about perfect. So basically, you just got to cut these till you fit them in, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next to try to fix the oversizedness. Okay, now, see, I can't do it perfect. They have little gappages. Anyways, watch for a few more minutes. I'll show you how I'm going to fix it. Hopefully I figure out a way how to fix it. Okay, this is going to be the test. I turned the heater pads, the gate valve heater pads, the 12-volt heater pads, and the 120-volt heater pads. I turned them all on a couple hours ago. So I'm going to take the thermal gun outside. We're going to go test and make sure you can see everything's on. We're going to go outside. It says right now it's 30, well, I can't hardly see it, 33.9 underneath the house right now. The reason why I need to do this in the morning is because the 12-volt pads, they have their own built-in thermostat. All right, let's go check. Dogs, you stay. Like I said, we just want to make sure every pad's working so we can button this bottom up on the RV today, because we got to move the RV tomorrow back to our wintertime position. All right, so you can definitely see that is the 12-volt heater there. Let's see. What is she? 12-volt heater is at 95 degrees. All right, let's see the 120. It's hard to do the bottom of these things. It's like this insulated padding. But if we look at the metal beside it, we can get an idea where it's at. So let's see. 60 degrees. Tell you what, the 12-volt heaters appear to be working better. Look at that big 12-volter. 86 degrees. Let's go around to the other side, see what's happening. So once again, you see the red coming out there. That's saying about 67. This 120 volt, let's see, about 65. Okay, so those two are working. Golly. The fresh water, let's check the pads on the other side of fresh water. Make sure they're working too. Oh, it was so beautiful this morning. Show a couple videos, it was just lit up. Oh, what is leaking? Great. Figure out what's leaking here. Anyways, let's do this first. Yep, we're heated up there, about 60. Is that pad working? Yep, that pad's working. That's about 90. Those 12-volt heaters, way more effective. All right. This one right here is my low point. In fear it would heat up. A lot of insulation going on. How's that 300 degrees? Ooh, that is warm. All right, those gate valve heaters, man. Look at that, 70 degrees there. I don't know if I believe 300 degrees right there. This is where the water comes out of the freshwater tank, and it was freezing up before. So I put a pad and insulation there. Let's check it. Okay, we are getting 130. Those are good. Those gate valve heaters, man, they heat up hot. 130 something degrees. Okay, let's see. All right, yep. We're hitting the middle of that, about 65. All right, all the pads are working, so that's excellent. So look at even my little cheap ass Camco heated hose, you can see it's pushing 120 degrees. I don't know where this water's coming from. It's so annoying. Last time it was, the hose wasn't hooked up good enough. Oh, would you look at that? Well, it's not shut that all the way. Dang it. You see it's dripping right down there, down there. Let me show you a couple other things while we're out here. You know how I got that sensor? It tells me the temperature underneath the RV. That's right there in my little bottom drain here. So when this cover goes back up, that sticks out below this stuff. That'll still tell me the temperature. And that's for the bottom of the RV. The other one, as you can see, here's all the plumbing stuff, furnace stuff. I didn't want to put that temperature sensor too close to where the furnace pipes are, because see, all these are your furnace hoses. This is where all the hot air gets pumped through your RV, and it radiates the heat off, and that's what heats your undercarriage area up. That's why or your plumbing area up. That's why it's real important to use your furnace, your gas furnace, when it's below freezing, because that's what's going to heat these pipes up right here and keep them from freezing. Anyways, so the temperature sensor, you can see here's the pipes and everything. I put the temperature sensor right over here. See, I got it right here. So just a little ways away, just to kind of give me an idea what the temperature is down here. And you can see that fan I installed below the stairs, air comes in right here from underneath the stairs. And I got a video on this, and it blows it back out right there underneath the cabinetry. Test concluded. We're all good. Ready? You taking a heat dump? Look at that. All right, we don't need to watch that. All right, everything's working. We can go ahead. This is my gate valve, so this can definitely come off. We can go ahead and turn all this off, actually. No, this on. Take a second. Boom. Pretty sweet. Love that. It's all up. It's working. I want to go through a little bit of the wiring with you, show you how I did this, put it all back together and show you how it turned out. We'll start with, we had the 5 gauges up here. These all plugged into a USB. Here is a USB box I got off Amazon where you just plug them all in for power. And I took the power cord, wired that into this switch here, and it's got 120 volt power. So we have that button right there that's going to turn on all these on and off by turning this box here on and off, if that makes sense. We got the rest of my switches here. This one right here is going to run the 120 volt pads, the 12 volt pads, 12 volt gate valves down there, and it all wires down through here. It really was a pain in the butt, I'm not going to lie. It can be done. It's not crazy hard to do it, but it took me longer than I expected. I had a lot of trial and error, so it wasn't terrible. I did do all the joints. I did with heat shrinks and soldered them all together. Tried to do them as good as possible because I don't want to take this back apart. But like I said, I got this little multi USB port box off of Amazon. It's got all five of the gauges plugged into it for power. So then the switch just turns on this one box to turn all those guys on. I'm going to put it all back together and I'll show you how it turned out. And then we'll do a test to make sure everything's running right. Okay. It was a pain in the butt, but we're done. So let me show you what I got here. This is the whole setup here. As you can see, I got my temperature gauges and I got my power switches. Let's go over the power switches first. Here's my power. My power button is just to power these gauges. Then I also have a power switch for the 120 heating pads. I have a power switch for the 12 volt heating pads. And I have a power switch for my 12 volt gate valve heating pads. These heat up the gate valves, you know, the valves you pull to dump stuff. This also heats up. I got one low area pipe where water always is. So that's a freezing spot there that I have to be careful with. And then also where the water comes out of my freshwater tank. It's only a little 1/2 inch elbow that comes out of there, 1/2 inch valve. That froze up on me a good couple times last year too. So now I have one of those heating pads lined up right there. So if water quits flowing, I heat this baby up and those get hot fast. So I love these little switches. They're pretty cool. They're like 10, 12 bucks a piece. You can see here is my gauges. And these things are super cool. You can see how accurate they are. They're constantly flickering to the temperature because it's always updating. So here's underneath the RV right now. It's currently 40 degrees. My pipe area, the area in with all my plumbing, is currently 58 degrees. My freshwater is 44.4. That was 42.5 earlier today. I did flip on the 12 volt pads just to make sure they're working and got her up a couple degrees. It goes up about 1 degree every 2 hours. So not super fast, but it does do something. My galley tank temperature is 59.9 right now. And my gray tank is 46.1 right now. I also had issues where I cut these holes out a little too big. As you can see, I used a little bit of wood putty underneath there, and then I also used my label maker, and you know, it looks great now. I really just love having full control, knowing exactly what temperatures are going on in each of these important areas. Also being able to, without having to go outside and flip switches, just to be able to be inside, like a lot of the newer modern RVs I think have, and being able to just control, like, okay, I'm going to turn my heat pads, and I got 2 different sets of heat pads that I can turn on, both the 12 volt and the 120 volt ones. I love having full control over all of it and knowing exactly what's going on, because when it's -30 out, it sucks to be guessing and hoping that things are working right. That's that. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt, I won't lie, but I'm glad I did it. I'm glad it's done and over with. I'm glad I know all those heating pads are working before winter gets here. I appreciate you watching. If you want to give me a like, that would be awesome. It means the world to me. Even subscribe if you're living up in the north and want tips on how to get through these winter apocalypses we get each year. I'm always battling it, and I'm always showing you all every step of the way. So you might want to subscribe so you don't miss out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll answer them for you. Talk to you later. See you in the next video. Bye. I'll tell you what, everyone keeps calling me old. My mom calls me old, says I look old as shit. My sister says I look old as shit. They say it's the beard, the gray hair. Jen says I look like Santa Claus. You know when they start mentioning Santa Claus. So I don't like having a beard, especially in this cold weather. You know, it's like a jacket for your face. Women don't understand that. But anyways, I think I must succumb to the peer pressure of my family being assholes. I'm gonna shave my face off and I'm gonna go to the dollar store and get some hair dye. I should go blonde because Jen hates it when I dye my hair blonde. Did that last summer in Idaho. Should do that, you know, by making the sacrifice. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I'm gonna start by shaving my face. Sucks, it's gonna take like 6 months to grow back, and watch. You'll see the difference here. Alright. I don't think it looks terrible. I kind of shaved too much off here, I regret it. I think it looks pretty decent. Whatever. You know. I'm turning 45 in a couple days. Already feeling old enough without everyone telling me how old I am. So, not trying to get no pity. Let's go. Oh, I hate this. See what I mean? See how small that is? Do I look younger? Should do the head too. Just shave it all the way bald. This close. Just if I try to shave the sides, this big thing here is gonna mess with me. Ugh. I say go to the dollar store, get some hair dye, take dogs to the dog park. We'll just drive today. It's freaking cold out, 32 degrees. Oh, my face is so naked, it feels so cold. Swear to God, if they still call me old, I'm gonna shave their freaking heads in their sleep. Anyways, I say we head out in a minute, go head to the dollar store, get some hair dye. See if we can fix this. I hate putting hair dye in. It always burns my scalp, you know? Oh, I hate that stuff. Man, I got so much hair on me, you would have thought I shaved my freaking head. Oh well, let's go.